Hey, what's going on? KyleWillson here. Welcome to the video, and it is good to be back. And we are going to talk about Immutable X in this video and why I think it is going to do some big moves here in the short term. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm looking at and what to expect. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right in. All right, we are on BlueStacks here, and this is kind of crazy to actually be using this app, but I like it. I just downloaded this to actually use my XLR mic, but without further ado, we're just gonna hop in. I love it because there's no ads, by the way, but we're looking at Robbie Ferguson, one of the co-founders of Immutable X, and we are taking a look at one of his tweets just a couple days ago, and I wanted to break this down and just spell this alpha out a little bit for you. So we are taking a look at this tweet. He just said, in case you missed it, bullish. And as we're looking at this, like, what does that mean, right? So let's take a look here. The trading volume. So let's look. Protocol NFT trades by transaction volume. Immutable X tops over Dapper Labs, Wax, Ethereum, Ronin Chain, Solana, Polygon, AVAX, and Arbitrum. That is huge. These are huge protocols and very well known in the space. And Immutable X has the most NFT trades by transaction volume, breaking over 2 million. That is massive. Now, what is key here and not to be easily missed is this down here. Right here, it says his tweet below it says, and this is without the 4+ major marketplaces integrating with Immutable's open order book in the next 8 to 12 weeks. Okay, that's only obviously a couple months. And what we're taking a look at here is what could those this 2 to 4 month period, what could it be, right? And we know that the 4+ major marketplaces, one of those could definitely be GameStop. Another one of those could be VeVe. The other two, and this is what I've been reading in the articles, is Open Sea and possibly Coinbase. We know those would be the 4+ major marketplaces to be added to Immutable X's open order book. And we know that VeVe has been talking about integrating with Immutable X for a while, and they have been kind of resuming their weekly AMAs, or at least talking a little bit more than what we noticed in the past. They went kind of dark a little bit for like a whole month, and we obviously know that they have been working on something. So I speculate that VeVe could be coming out sooner than later, and this shows you the exact timeline of when this could possibly be, 8 to 12 weeks. Okay, why am I talking about all of this? Now, it's because Immutable X could be massive. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at that. So we're going to go ahead and pull up a few pieces of data and information. All right, so we're just going to dive right into these charts and take a quick look at the numbers. All right, so the circulating supply of Ethereum is at 120 million. And if we take a look at Immutable X, 235 billion. Okay, we're going to come back to that in just a moment. So when we take a look at some of these numbers, we know that Immutable X has 24,000 holders of Immutable X. Okay, so that shows you kind of those numbers there. And like I said, the max total supply is 2 billion, but there's only 235 million circulating currently. Now, when we take a look at the number of Ethereum address holders, not even the total amount, but just the amount of how much wallets have just 0.1 Ethereum. So we'll take a look at that, 0.1. That's $319 basically, depending on when you're watching this video, how much 0.1 is worth, obviously, but just around that, right? Just how many wallets holding 0.1 Ethereum, we're going to take a look at that. Almost 4 million wallets, wallet addresses have 0.1 Ethereum, okay? Now, we go back to this data right here, 24,000 holders, period, on Immutable X. That's it. That's all the wallet holders right there on Immutable X. That is not that many at all. That is actually insane, okay? And some of these obviously are like, a lot of these are exchanges. As you can scroll that down the list and you can see some of these. And obviously there's going to be a bunch of like whales and people in between. But when you start seeing these, marketplaces roll out on Immutable X, we're going to definitely see some volume changes here. We're going to definitely see a spike and wallet holders, in my opinion. Okay, so the prices kind of just went sideways. It's just been pretty volatile. You know, I definitely called Immutable X down here when it hit around $1, and it had definitely skyrocketed after that. It went all the way up to looks like 270, almost 280, and now it's floating just around $2. Okay, so if you watch that video, that price call, you would be in the gains, obviously, right there. So you want to make sure you sub and hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss any more alpha like this. But anyways, you know, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just always do your due diligence and all that good stuff. Okay, with that being said, GMEDD.com, I'm not really sure what that is, but this person tweeted on Twitter, says Robbie Ferguson has tweeted that 4 major marketplaces are integrating with Immutable in the next 8 to 12 weeks. If one of those is GameStop NFT, this would place a launch date between June 1st and June 30th, 4 to 8 weeks sooner than GME's launch deadline of July 31st. Okay, so we know big things are moving, and we know that VeVe has a huge amount of, you know, volume on Immutable X, and it's not even on the order books. As you can see, HRO in the last less than 30 days, almost at 3 million. And we know VeVe has an insane market cap on their collectibles. We can see here that they have 5.1 million NFTs minted on Immutable X, 580,000 unique owners here, and that is going to exponentially grow, probably 10x. I'm not even kidding when I say that, because VeVe is going to continue to drop a lot of NFTs, and that's going to penetrate the mainstream market. And why? It's because brands like VeVe, brands like Hero that are on, you know, marketplaces like Token Trove, we can come over here. We can see that Gary V with his book games over here on the left hand side. You have book games. That's one of the ones that is on the top of the charts when it comes to Immutascan. If we go back here, you can see book games #1. So we have one of the biggest entrepreneurs literally in the world on Immutable X. And then of course you have DC Comics in Hero right there. It shows DC Comics. So you have humongous brands, huge brands coming to Immutable X, showing up on these interfaces and platforms like Token Trove. All right, so when we browse all these collections, you can see some other big brands, Gods Unchained, which has been out for a while, Habbo, if you're, you know, one of those OGs that might have played that game back in the day. Personally, I did not, but I think it's super cool that they're on Immutable X. And then there is a ton and a litany of other brands and independent projects down here at the bottom as well. So you can see even games are already on here, Ember Sword Land, and many others. And there are more platforms, companies coming. Superfarm isn't even listed on here, and Superfarm is fully integrated with Immutable X as one of their premier platforms using Immutable X. And that is not even listed as well. So, and that is like Elio Trade's project, and he has like 600,000 subscribers, works really closely with a lot of these platforms. So with that being said, I think that we're going to see some big moves in Immutable X here in the short term and the not so distant future. Now, this is all based on Robbie Ferguson's alpha on Twitter and this little catch down here at the bottom. So this is definitely not any confirmation. You want to take everything with a grain of salt, because timelines could always change, and you never know. There could be, you know, a hang up in the back end of their tech or their tech stack, or something could happen, or maybe even GameStop's tech stack or whatever, right? So take everything you see with a grain of salt. And I just wanted to bring this to you because I thought that was very interesting, and it could also spell out a timeline for VeVe, when VeVe could be active on Immutable X, because this could be big. And we also know, if we pull up the OMI charts, that the Ecomi token has been recently down, and this would be probably a great time to get into the OMI token, to be honest, when it is, you know, not doing so well. There's maximum FUD in the market, and that is fine by me. As you can see here, at a very low, and if we look at the actual charts, I'm assuming this would be the volume down here. If we look at the actual charts on like TradingView, we could probably see a better look at it. But when volume is low, price is low, this is when I love to buy in. This is my signature move when it comes to trading. Not saying to copy my moves or anything like that, but when I'm starting to look at a project and I know that it's backed up by some pretty solid team founders, and there's a lot of things happening with this company, then that's when I like to go ahead and get in. When there's, whether there's FUD or whatever, I know the fundamentals are all lined up there. So with this being said, that's all I got for this video. I just wanted to put this on your table, and not to even mention, shout out to Illuvium as well. They are also moving to Immutable X, and that game is going to be one of the biggest games in the entire blockchain space. So we can take a look at their chart as well. Circulating supply, 650,000 tokens, not a whole lot at all. 7 million total supply, and max supply of 10 million. And so their token, also not a lot of tokens that you can actually get, but you can see here, same kind of trend is that, it came down from an all-time high of around 1,800, and down here at a low, volumes petered out a little bit. And these are my favorite times to get into tokens. Now, you do definitely want to do your own research and things like that, but with Illuvium coming to Immutable X, going to be one of the biggest gaming projects in the space. It's not even a project at this point, in my opinion. But anyways, I digress. And anyways, I just wanted to show you guys this video. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. I've been rambling on for a minute, but let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button if you like the video, and sub and hit that bell so you don't miss any more videos like this. And comment down below what you are most excited about when it comes to Immutable X. Are you excited about GameStop, VeVe, Illuvium, or whatever? So comment below what your thoughts are, and I'll read those and try to get to every single comment. But with that being said, I will see you in the next video at the blockchain. And be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.